Okay, guys, so I just wanted to give you an update of the Tesla Submarine, water challenge. I gave myself that challenge. It wasn't even like a challenge that was thrown out for people to do. I just decided to step up and challenge myself. Tesla Submarine 2.0. Holy crap. Doesn't like it, you know what I'm saying? But after the event, I decided to go through kind of what happened to it and what's going on now with the car. A lot of people assume that it was destroyed, or I was just trying to destroy it, and that's definitely not what I was trying to do. So when I went through the water the first time, we didn't have enough weights in the car. Then the next challenge, when we went for 2.0, we had about over 7,200 extra pounds in it, and it still was not enough weight. And when we pulled in, it just started floating again, and I did not feel like doing another floating session with the car, and that's why we pulled it out. Pull me out, pull me out. The whole time I was saying, I don't feel like I'm going to accomplish anything until it completely goes under the water and drives under the water. So when we pulled it out, we cut away a lot of the plastic. We had 700 something pounds up in the front. That's all we could get up in here. And but once this was all flooded, we knew that we would take away a lot of surface area and a lot of flotation. I personally didn't want to do it from the get-go. I didn't trust all these connections. There's a lot of connections in here, and if any of them were bad or any of them would leak, it could short the whole car and just kill the whole event at that moment. So that was kind of a last-ditch effort, and it worked. I'll show you kind of what the cab looks like now. So what you see is we still have our race seat in here from race week. I also didn't want to ruin the stock seat if I didn't have to. It also gave us a lot of room when we took the carpet and the center console out to basically get more weight in here. On the other side, up on that floorboard, there's the main computer. The main computer is full on exposed to the elements. That too has some weak points too. So you have where cables will come in to the computer, and then it also has coolant lines that come in and cool it. And those are kind of little nooks and crannies where water was running through the dash. I don't know where it came from, maybe just squeezing up and through. And it was basically running down on top of it, even though we elevated it as much as we could. I definitely think that was the biggest glitches when we got done. When we pulled out all the weight, it jacked up to the sky, way higher than any off-road mode that this thing has. And what it was doing is it just glitched in that mode, and it jacked it up, and then it said it's overextended, and then we got more error codes for the suspension. The other thing was it just wouldn't go into drive. It was not acknowledging me putting my foot on the brake. So even though I drove around and did a few things after, it just stalled out on me. And that's when we realized that the computer was full of water. So we cut that out, let it dry for a day. It still was not reacting as far as what we needed to do going to drive. And so I had to dolly it and get it up on a trailer and trailer it home. I let it sit for another day or so, and that's where you see at the end there, it's running and driving again. Fantastic news. Oh, baby, she's running again. Yeah, feels normal. I can't believe she's running. Oh man, I'm starting to like this car. A lot of you guys are wondering what the codes are that are coming up on the car. When it wasn't running, I think I had almost every light that is available on the dash showing. When you start the car and it cycles the lights, but they always turn off, they all just stayed on. That's how many lights I had on. And then it also shows a lot of codes. Let me show you some of the codes, which I don't think is that many at this point. But let's see here. Service. Notifications. So my only active ones are these two right here, W038, W039. I think these two, when I did a little bit of research, they're actually for if the car is in an accident, and I think that it thinks it was in an accident. I've been saying that, and we have to take it to Tesla and prove that it wasn't in an accident. It obviously doesn't have airbag deployment or anything like that, but I think these are hard codes that I cannot get updated even when I do the software update that the normal car does all the time, kind of like your phone. These are just like a phone. It didn't fix all the bugs. It did not clear these hard codes. If I put it in drive right now, I don't know, the hood's open. Let's see. Usually this is when all my other codes will pop up. Let's see. Oh, so here we go. So adaptive ride control, regenerative braking, traction control, stability controls, and then the 2 software updates. Overall, guys, I have my issues with Tesla. You guys know that, as far as like being able to repair a broken vehicle. They are a new car company. If they could have parts, let's say at AutoZone, would they have them by now? You think they would? Do you think they would want them out there if they were going to allow us to repair them? So I kind of have my issues with that, where they want to fix and repair everything on their own. Reminds me of like cell phones and computers in a lot of ways, which is something that bothers me as somebody who likes to upgrade everything I own, if you can't tell. So other than that though, this car, I mean, you think the world would see it drive through the water and they would all assume, like they do, that it would break and that the car would be completely destroyed. I had a gut feeling that the car would be fine based on some of the videos, and I did actually a ton of research on Tesla and the waterproofing, and I just know that if a car is going to drive on the roads and drive through puddles and be in the rain every day, which they have to be designed to do, they're not going to have a problem with electrocution or shorting out or anything going through water. Very similar to my RC car stuff, and this car performed exactly like I thought it would, and then some. Getting the computer so wet last time and then just letting it dry out, and trust me, that water was hyperchlorinated, just to kind of keep all the bugs out and whatever while we were, waiting to do it again. And I know that probably has a lot of residue in it, not like salt water, but similar, I would imagine. And all the electrical connections and everything were fine, and the car runs good. So to get through that thing too, I also said I needed this much power. Like everybody's like, why'd you do the Plaid? I did the Plaid because I wanted to do a cringy moment. I wanted everybody to go, but why the Plaid? Why don't you just do a junker or whatever? And I just wanted to do it for that exact reason, just because it's shocking that somebody would drive a brand new car through the water as well and just kind of go for it. If I'm going to do the stunt, I'm going to go for it. The power that this car has to be able to hook 7,000 or plus more pounds on top of its chassis and just drive up and through and not be peeling out or slipping all over the place, has a lot to do with the engineering and the power of the car and the ability of the car. It's pretty impressive. And now that I've kind of put it through the ringer, I'm actually kind of starting to like it. I don't think it'll prevent me from like abusing it and racing it and doing some other stuff in the future. But I think at this point we might actually get it all fixed up and maybe put it back to normal, drive around, have some fun with it, make some videos, and then what I think we're really going to do after that is then hunt for some records. I really want to put this on the racetrack, on a road course. We might throw a cage in it and do some lightning stuff. We have some ideas that are coming in, and some sponsorship opportunities where they're going to try to help us lighten this thing up, because that's really all you can do with electric cars is lighten them up for racing, and maybe go after that world record for the quarter mile as well. Try to get in the 8s. It's going to be a little while though to get to that point, get it on a racetrack and have those opportunities. We just don't have those here in Arizona. We have our track here in Phoenix, but they're NHRA, so they don't really flex with that type of stuff unless we have a cage and a parachute, which adds weight. So we just don't have the ability just to go out and run this car as much as we want. But we do have the racetrack, so we will be doing that at Apex, and we'll have a good time and make some videos with that. So this wasn't a big video, a big vlog or anything. I know a lot of people had a lot of questions about this car. Hopefully I answered a lot of them for you, and that's why we made this video for you guys. So at this point, we're gonna go do some other stuff today. I think we're gonna go buy some PT Cruisers, right?
Yeah.
And we have a little event coming up with Nitro Rallycross and Pit Viper, so that should be pretty cool, and do some fun stuff today. So without further ado, I really appreciate you guys, and that is another day chilling with Chet. That is some black marks.
A little bit, yeah.
Do you think the Nada flamethrower will burn up those tire marks?
That's only one way to find out.
Write in the suggestions, like comments on how to get rid of peel out marks. I think maybe if you wash it with like a scrub brush,
What if you do a burnout in reverse?
Oh, yeah, burnout the other way.
Yeah.
To peel it up.
Yeah.
You know when you buy a flamethrower online, you think, oh, I can do so much with it, all these things. And then you get it, and then you're like, now what? What are you doing?
I was trying to get in my client.
What are you doing? Just killing time?
Yeah.
What do you think I should do with this?
Kill some birds.
No, it's a short flame.
Short flame.
That's all it does. I was getting all the plastic nice and sealed up. Hey, you should have taped this better.
This doesn't look suspicious at all.
Nothing to see here. Keep on moving.